We're going to check in first with Trey Yingst, who is there on the ground. Trey, give us an update there as dawn is now upon you.
Guys, we just heard air raid sirens going off. You can hear them right now. Air raid sirens are going off in the Ukrainian capital of Kiev, indicating there are likely some incoming Russian strikes set to take place. This is the first time we have heard these sirens since war erupted between Ukraine and Russia. Earlier in the night, there were at least 36 strikes taking place in different locations around Kiev. According to officials that we've talked to, these strikes were targeting military barracks outside of the city and also other key infrastructure around the Ukrainian capital. It is not just Kiev that is under attack. The second largest city in Ukraine, Kharkiv, cities like Odessa and Mariupol in the south, taking fire from Russian forces. And we also understand that that amphibious assault that my colleague Lucas Tomlinson talked about is underway at this hour. Make no mistake, this is a full-scale Russian invasion into Ukraine happening right now, and the air raid sirens going off in the Ukrainian capital as we speak. Shannon.
All right, Trey Yingst doing an amazing job there, reporting around the clock for us. Air raid sirens mingled in with church bells, with explosions as well. And Trey, what is your sense? We see this message from the president there, President Zelensky, saying, you know, if you can, try to stay home. We've got this. The Army knows how to do this. The defense sector is working. He's declared martial law officially there in the country. Any sense that the people, we see, we've got a live picture here of the jammed up highways of people looking like they're trying to leave.
Take the truck, yeah.
But Trey, any sense of the streets there, the interior of the city, of whether people are heeding the warnings of the president to stay home and allow the military to do the work?
We do know at this hour, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has introduced martial law across Ukraine. We saw a message go out from the mayor of Kiev urging people to stay home. Some of the stories of Ukrainian civilians that are already coming out online, harrowing. You hear these stories of children in the basements of houses, basically trying to use them as bunkers. We also know that a lot of the different locations across the city have opened up their bomb shelters, including the metro system here in Kiev, so that if there are civilians out in the streets, when these sirens go off and when the raids start, they can go underground. The thing to remember here is that this city was prepared for this to happen, but the understanding that it would take place really hadn't set in until the past 48 hours. We heard President Zelensky, even when we spoke with him just about a week and a half ago, basically saying he disagreed with the U.S. intel about the possibility of a full-scale invasion. He was trying to keep the people here calm. But tonight, it was very clear when he addressed the nation that this was imminent and that he understood it was imminent. He switched from Ukrainian to Russian and pleaded with the Russian people to put pressure on their leader, Vladimir Putin, to call off this invasion. Obviously, they were unsuccessful as the Ukrainian capital and the rest of the country is under attack as we speak.
All right, Trey Yingst, new tonight, now morning there, that those air sirens are underway. We will check back with you, Trey. Thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.